This morning I hit a wall. I just overwhelmed by my empathy and overwhelmed by just the amount of pain, suffering, violence that lives and has lived on this planet, and that is held in every single one of our bodies to some degree. And just working through, as an empath, a lightworker, a starseed, a bridger and way shower, how to best serve in shifting that without taking it all on, right? Overwhelmed with motherhood the last few days as well. And sometimes I get pushed to these spaces because I have to be reminded how a lot of people feel and live all the time, because I usually live in such a very clear, clean energy field, and I usually live in such a high vibrational space. And I've just been pushed and pushed and pushed until I broke this morning, and that's okay. That's good. Let yourself break, let yourself crack open, because the more you avoid it and the more you push it away, then the harder you get pushed. And you don't want to keep getting pushed. You want to just listen to those nudges before they just shove you off the cliff. So yeah, just feeling this huge responsibility in terms of how I, as, call it what it is, an upper middle class white woman who has now really finally become successful, become financially secure and financially stable, processing all the guilt that comes along with that. I think that's a lot of what stopped me in the past from being really successful. Was either feeling like I didn't deserve it, or if I became successful, I was hurting someone else. So these are the spaces you have to work through as you grow, and as you're called to serve in a greater and greater capacity. And the higher you're called to serve, the more financial support and backing you need. I'm being called to create a community center that serves BIPOC women, Black, Indigenous, people of color, women and children. That feels like a huge, overwhelming project, but I know it's what I have to do. Feeling overwhelmed by the abuse of Mother Earth. Hearing the stories about these schools in Canada. With the mass graves of children. It's so overwhelming to an empath in the mother phase, And just recognizing that I need my own time to process this stuff and to move through it and feel the collective suffering that is inherently in all of us. Whether it comes directly through our family lineage, or whether our lineage were the oppressors, or whether we just feel it because as humans we are all connected. And so oftentimes we're given these pain points to drive us to create, so overwhelming, to create the fires to make change. We're, as a species, on the brink of catastrophe, of, really depleting Mother Nature's resources to the point that humanity cannot survive, or, allowing the dark forces to win, allowing greed to win, or really making a huge shift and coming back to unity with the planet, coming back to unity with all the cultures and peoples of the world, coming to a greater level of unity than has ever been accomplished on this plane, and coming back into harmony with Mother Nature, coming back into abundance for everyone, abundance of love, an abundance of resources, an abundance of support, an abundance of freedom, an abundance of sovereignty. So that's why we're here. And that's why sometimes we get overwhelmed by this, because we have a huge mission. That's a huge mission. And we have to work through a lot of shadow aspects, personal shadow, collective shadow, cultural shadow. But it's the only way to make change, is to recognize the truth of what's happening. And it can be overwhelming, and it can be devastating, but despite this discomfort that I'm feeling, I ultimately have a knowingness in me that we are headed to a light-filled future. That, things seem really dark right now because, the nighttime is always darkest right before the dawn. And we really are at the dawn of a shift. People are awakening en masse people are awakening. Whether that's through racial violence, through medical harm, financial insecurity, health issues, whatever is your path to awakening. So many are awakening right now, and my role is becoming more and more to empower the other light workers, the other healers, the other starseeds, the other bridgers and way showers, because I can only serve so many, and I have become overwhelmed. Not overwhelmed, but I've hit the max in terms of how many people I can serve, and so my role is shifting into empowering and helping the other light workers and healers to remember their gifts and to step into their role. So that's becoming my role in this, is to heal the healers, awaken the awakeners, show the way showers. So that's what I'll be doing. And just feeling super grateful that I have this meditation I'm hosting this afternoon at 4:30 today, Eastern Time, Wednesday, July 7th, on awakening your intuition, because your intuition is the path to freedom. It's the path to sovereignty. It's the path to truth. It's the path to healing. It's everything, and it's been robbed from us. It's why a lot of indigenous cultures have been completely stripped of their power, stripped of their rituals, stripped of their land, because there's so much power in that. There's so much connection to Mother Earth. There's so much intuition. There's so much energy healing there, and it's why it was stripped away. But it's coming back, and we can make it right. And so in my guided meditation this afternoon, I will be helping to reawaken the intuitive channels, creating a clear energy field, and grounding souls. And if you're watching this in the future, this will be on my website as well. It's called Awaken Your Intuition if you're looking back for it. But I'm grateful that that is coming, because whenever I host one of these, it's always for you guys, but it's always what I need most as well. And so thank you for listening and for allowing me to release a lot of that energy, because in speaking, you move energy, you release it through the throat chakra. You can also write it. You can do it however you need to. You can move it through dance, but it's powerful to move that energy out of the body. And so this is part of my process, apparently, of shifting through this. And I will meditate and pray and continue to ask, show me, show me, show me, tell me, tell me, tell me, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready for whatever my assignments are. I welcome them and I ask that they come through clearly, loud and clear. So I hope you'll join me for that meditation, and keep listening, keep doing your own healing work so that we can really make a change on this plane. Love you guys.